Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Mary and welcome to another Craft Day Monday where every Monday I post a new video. In today's video, I am going to be making a mommy gnome. Now, I was going to do some more horror babies with the little baby dolls, but here at my Dollar Tree, I have been having such a hard time trying to find some. So whenever I come across some, if I can check a couple more Dollar Trees in the area, I'll look and see if they have some babies. That way I can do some more horror babies. But at the moment, I cannot find any. So, yeah. But whenever I do, I will go right back to doing the requests that I had got for those dolls. So what you're going to need for this project is you're going to need the baby shower shoes. And I've already did so many different videos on those. And I've already had my legs made here. So, and y'all seen me make the legs and the shoes, how I covered them with felt. You're going to need a styrofoam ball, and I went ahead and cut mine in half. I am going to be using a Z-Quill bottle that I cut the bottom off. This is going to be my body. I am going to be using foil, aluminum foil for the arms. You're going to need a pair of scissors. You're going to need a wooden ball for the nose, and you need any color felt of your choice. And what we're going to be wrapping our gnome in is you can use bandages or gauze that you can get at Dollar Tree, or if you can't find these, you can also use streamer paper that you would use for parties. This will work just fine. And you're going to need hot glue and a glue gun. Now, when I was telling you about the baby shower shoes, for those who don't know, this is what they look like. Just like this. And all you do is just cover them in felt. I'm going to go ahead now and turn my camera down so we can get into the video. So what we're going to do first is I'm going to take my Z-Quill bottle, or you can use any type of bottle that you have on hand. I have these because I take this to help me sleep at night. Because if I don't take anything, I don't sleep. And what I'm going to do is just take some hot glue. And we're just going to go around the glue gun. We're just going to go around the end of the bottle. And we're just going to go ahead and glue it down to the cardboard. And you want to use a good amount. And you want to work quick. And now I'm just going to go ahead and glue this down. And we're going to hold this here a bit and let that dry. So once we have this glued on, we're just going to go ahead and just cut around it. So just like this, we're just going to cut. And now I'm going to go ahead and take my scissors and I'm just going to poke in the bottom. And we're just going to go ahead and we're just going to glue our legs on. So their legs are going to be just like this. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and cut off this piece here. And like I mentioned, I've already done the legs. I have a video for the shoes, the legs, and everything else that I've already done. And I'm just going to go ahead and I'm just going to cut this one down a bit to make sure that they're the same size. So now we have our legs cut down the size, and I'm just going to go ahead and stick these on here. And you can put the legs pointing any way you want. I'm just going to play around with mine to see how I want my legs to be pointed in a bit. So now I'm just going to go ahead and put some hot glue right directly on top. just like this. And I put a good amount. And now we're just going to go ahead and stick this right down on our cardboard. And we're just going to hold this here and let that dry. Okay, so once you have everything glued, this is what it should look like. So this is where we at. This is what it's going to look like. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take our styrofoam ball, and I'm just going to try to get it as even as I can. And we're just going to push this right down on top, just like that. And then we're going to go ahead and glue that in place. So we're going to grab some hot glue. And then we're just going to go ahead and put this here just like that. And then we're just going to go around in the back. And we're just going to put this hot glue on. And we're just going to hold this like this and let that dry. And this is what we're just going to hold it here until it dries. So now what we're going to do is, now that we have his little pants on, we're going to let that dry a bit. And I am going to go ahead and grab the sleeve of a shirt, of an old shirt. I'm just going to go ahead and just cut it. And we're just going to go ahead, spread this out. And we're going to go ahead, and you don't even have to put clothes on it if you don't want to, because it's honestly going to be covered in wrap anyway, so you're not really going to see it anything. But I'm just going to go ahead and slide a little homemade shirt down on him. And you can still see that it says ZQL on it, but that's going to be wrapped up in wrap, so you're not even going to see it. So I'm going to leave it like this. I'm going to go ahead and tuck it under just like this. We still got our little legs. Here's his head. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and let's grab a glue stick. And we're going to go ahead and I'm just going to put some hot glue right down and glue this on. And we're just going to do the same thing in the back. I'm just going to pull this up a bit. My lighting is not the greatest right now. And this is what we have. I'm going to adjust my camera a bit. I'll pull it back. And this is what we have. So now I'm going to go ahead and take my gnome and I'm going to glue it to this wood little disc. Just going to put some hot glue on the bottom. And we're just going to go ahead and glue him on this little base. And I want his legs to be kind of pointed in a bit. And I'm just going to hold this here until it dries. So this is what we have. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take his little nose that I have here, which is just a little ball, a little wooden bead. I'm going to go ahead and cover this in a little bit of, and honestly, we're not even going to cover it because it's going to be wrapped and you're not going to see it. So we're not going to cover, well, actually, yeah. Let's go ahead and cover it. Y'all, I do believe this is like my first time making a mummy gnome. So, I'm just putting this together right here for the first time on camera. So, yeah. So, we're just going to put a little bit of a hot glue right down on. And then we're just going to cover it with felt. So, we're covering the whole this whole ball with felt. So now that we have our nose cut out, we're going to go ahead and glue this in place. Let me see if I can just, that's going to make it a little bit dark. But okay. So I cut my light down a bit, and hopefully y'all can see a little bit better. But now we're just working on his nose. So we're just going to grab some hot glue, and we're just going to go ahead and stick his nose on. And I'm just going to go around it a bit just to make sure that it's held in nice and tight. It's like this. And also, I'm filming a little bit later in the day than I normally would. So, now we have that. So, now what we're going to do is I am going to go ahead and stand him up. So, he's facing that way. Now, I am going to take some foil. And this is what we're going to use for his arms. So, I'm just going to tear this in half. And I'm just going to fold it over, fold it again, and we're just going to smush it down the sides. And since I want his hands to be like that, so we're just going to take it, and I'm going to go ahead and form the hand on the end, and we're just going to bend it down a bit so it's like this. If I turn this on, you won't be able to see, but you can see a little bit. So like that. I'm going to grab the other one. And then I'm just going to cut these down to size. So bend this one. And then we're just going to hold them to see about how we want them. So going to make sure these two are the same. And they are pretty close. So now I'm going to take my scissors, and I don't use these for anything but crafting, and I'm just going to cut these down a bit, like that. And I'm just going to hold it, push it in here, and then we're just going to do it like this. But we are also going to go ahead and cover these in the other part of the shirt. We're just going to go ahead and use this shirt that I have here. Just going to cut the sleeve. We have that here. Turn my camera down a bit. See if I can just, there we go. So now I'm just going to go ahead and cut it about here. Gonna open that, and then I'm gonna go ahead and cut this right up the middle. That way we can have two. And I'm gonna go ahead and roll this in so it can be like this. We're just going to roll it. Grab this. Gonna stick a little bit of hot glue right through here. Gonna go ahead and stick this right on there like that. And we're just going to roll. Gonna add a little bit more. And we're just going to keep rolling until we get to the end. And you can skip this part if you want, because like I said, his whole body is going to be covered in the white wrap. I'm not even sure what that's called, but yeah. So now I'm just going to go ahead and cut this here. We're going to glue it. like that. Gonna go ahead and pinch the ends here. Hold that. And we're gonna do the same thing to the other one. Gonna go ahead, put a little bit of hot glue right down through here. Put this in. Gonna go ahead and wrap it. Put a little more. Gonna go ahead and finish wrapping it. I'm gonna cut that light back on. I cut my bright light off over my work area. Hopefully that was making it so y'all could see a little bit better. Yeah. So I have been working on my lighting, my lighted area for a while now. I'm starting to get there, I think. Yeah. So yeah, I have to play around with it sometime to get it where it needs to be. So now we have our hands, and I want his to be stuck out like typically like a mummy is. And I'm just gonna hold this like this. And I haven't glued anything in place yet. I'm just gonna play around with it and see until I get to where I'm happy with it. And I'm gonna go ahead and put some hot glue directly down on. And then we're just going to hold this here just like that. We're going to do the other side. And we're just going to hold that and let everything dry before we move to the next part. So we're just going to hold that. We're going to hold this here and we're going to let it dry. So now that we have everything dry and glued down, we're going to go ahead and start wrapping our mummy. So I'm going to start, I think what I'm going to do is start at the bottom. And I'm just going to, and I'm not going to make this perfect because I don't want it to be like perfectly perfect. So what I'm doing is just putting a little bit of hot glue right down on his shoe. And I'm just going to go ahead and just hold it here. And I'm just going to wrap, I'm just going to unravel and just cut because it's going to be easier to work with that way. So we're just going to cut this and I'm just going to set that there. And now I'm going to go ahead and take this through. And we're just going to continue to wrap. And you can wrap him any way you want. And I don't want him to be wrapped where you can't see like his jeans and stuff. So I want it to be just wrapped very little. Like I want his jeans to be able, I want to be able to see his jeans. So I'm just going to pull that through. Like this. And then we're just going to go ahead and continue to wrap. Like I said, don't wrap it perfect. You don't want it to be perfect. Now I'm going to go up here a bit, and then I'm going to come back and do his leg. So I'm going down around like this, and then I'm going to go up around like this because I want the Z-core part of the bottle to not be seen. And then I'm going to go around like this, and then I'm going to come back around to his hands. But when you wrap yours any way you want. And I'm going to stop it here, just like that. And I'm going to go ahead and glue this down. We're going to put some hot glue right through here, just like that. I'm going to pinch this a bit, push this up, and bend his hand down like that. Now I'm going to grab it, a little more of it, and I'm just going to cut it. And I'm going to go ahead and do the next shoe. So we're just going to put a little bit of hot glue here. We're going to go ahead, start there, push that in a bit. I'm going to leave a little of his shoe showing. I'm going to go ahead and come through this way. Like this. Going to go up and over. So I'm going to come back around through here. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to pull this out and just put a little bit more of that back here on this shoe. Like that. So this is what it looks like in the back. And like I said, don't make it perfect. Like, it does not have to be perfect. I'm going to go ahead and cut this here. And then I'm going to glue this down just like this. So we're just going to put a little bit of hot glue there. Put a little bit here, like that. I'm going to take a little bit of this. And I'm going to start right here. And I'm going to start right here. And I'm just going to go ahead and go around like this. We're going to put a little bit of hot glue right there. I'm going to put a little bit of hot glue here. And you can also, I'm going to dirty this up a bit so he's not a super clean, squeaky clean gnome. Mummy gnome. We're going to dirty him up a bit. I kind of feel like that's what we need to do, like dirty him up, because after all, he is a creepy mummy. Well, he's supposed to be creepy, but I think he's going to turn out kind of cute, to be honest. So now I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of hot glue down through here. Same as before. I'm going to put a little bit of glue here, like that. We're just going to pinch that in. Like this, and then we're just going to bend that hand so it's, and the thing with the aluminum foil, it's bendable and flexible, so you can shape the hands in any position that you want. And this is what we have so far. And I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of hot glue down in the back just to glue this in place to keep it from moving. And don't do like me and don't burn yourself. Now I'm just going to take a little piece and I'm just going to cut that here. And I'm just going to go ahead and wrap here. And we're just going to go up and around his head. So we're going to start here in the back. We're going to start right here. So we're going to put a little bit of hot glue right here, just like this. Down on here. We're going to go ahead and we're just going to stick this on here just like that. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this around. And before I do that, I'm going to grab his little hat and we're just going to pull this down. So we have his little hat, and I'm just going to go ahead and tuck that just like this. So we're just going to go ahead and I'm just going to put this right in the back, up like this. I'm just going to grab a glue stick. And I'm going to dim my light a bit to see if y'all can see a little bit better. So what I did here was I took his hat and I folded it under, and then we're just going to put a little bit of hot glue like this, and we're just going to go ahead and stick that down. And then we're going to take the rest of our mummy wrap and we're just going to go around just like this. So I'm just going to go around, stretch this out a bit, come around to the top. Going to put a little more hot glue down. Just like that. And I'm going to grab the rest of it. I'm just going to cut off a little more. And also you can use toilet paper if you don't have the party streamers or the Guls. I got that at Dollar Tree, or no, Walmart. I got that at Walmart. I looked at the Dollar Tree, and surprisingly, my Dollar Tree is out of a lot of stuff. Not sure what's really going on, but they are out a lot of stuff, and it could be the medical stuff that they're out of. People were getting prepared for the hurricane that Ian that went through, so that's probably why I can't find a lot of stuff. Yeah. And now I'm just going to go ahead and just continue to wrap. So I'm just going to push this up here. We're going to go ahead. I'm going to put a little bit of hot glue right down across here. Like this. Going ahead and sticking it there. We're going to put a little bit of hot glue here. And then we're just going to go ahead and continue to wrap this around our little mummy's head. And now I got just this very little piece in the top. And I'm just going to go ahead, stick that down like this. We're going to grab a little piece. We don't need much. We're going to cut this here. So this is about all we're going to need. And I'm going to turn that back on. Hopefully you can see. Okay, and we're just going to go ahead and put this right across the top. It's really hard when I'm working with all white material and my light, the light that I have, it's not the best when it comes to doing something white, but yeah, I'm doing the best I can with what I have. I'm trying to save up so I can replace my lighting and everything. So this is what we have. So this is what it's looking like. And like I said, I did not make him perfect. I didn't want him to be perfectly perfect. But you can make him all covered if that's what you want. I'm just going to put a little more hot glue right there and just stick that there. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to take our faux fur, his little beard, and then we're just going to, the last thing we have to do is just glue this in place. And then I'll add another piece of bandage around it just to cover the beard. And this is what it's looking like. So now I'm just going to go ahead and take some hot glue and put that right over the top. And then we're just going to go ahead and put this here like this. And I'm just going to pull this down. And now I'm going to take another little piece because I want to cover his beard. just the parts that we just glued down. These two pieces right here, I want to go ahead and take my, and I'm just going to wrap that right around his head. So once again, we're going to grab some hot glue. Going to put that there. I'm going to hold this here like that. We're going to go over here, turn it this way, and we're just going to put a little bit of hot glue right here, just like that. And we're just going to glue this down. Do the same thing to the other side. Little hot glue down to the side. And I'm just going to put a little bit right here, just to glue that, all that down. And there we have it. And this is what our gnome looked like. Now, I had a little pan that I wanted him to carry, but I think that it may be a little on the big side. We'll see. Let's turn this one up a bit, like that. And we'll stick this here and see. And this is what we have. I'm going to turn it up so you can see. Here he is. I'm going to go ahead and turn my camera back up so y'all can see me. And here it is. Here's our little gnome with his little bucket. You can put candy in it or whatever you want. It's really up to you. That is it for this video. If you like this video, please give me a like and a thumbs up. If you are not already subscribed, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I would love for you to become part of my YouTube family. And if there's any type of video that y'all want to see me do, please let me know in the comment box below, because I will be more than happy to try something different. I'm always trying to come up with different ideas and videos to do that interest y'all. So if y'all can let me know what y'all want to see, that would be much appreciated. And with that being said, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch one of my videos. That really means a lot, and I hope you all have a nice day. Bye.